and we'll just keep trucking along.
It took a while to get you.
No.
It's a little crazy around here right now because the mayor always said this.
Yeah, I figured as much. When does that take place?
January 1st is the first day, so today was the last cabinet for Mayor Duggan.
All right. Well, job well done.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, we did. Are you sticking around?
I'm sticking around.
Okay. How about Gary? He's sticking around?
Yeah, he's sticking around.
Okay.
In fact, they told the board today that he'll be here in January.
Okay. Well, good news for him.
Yeah, that's good news. Yeah. The team works. We're effective. The light changed it up, right?
Well, I'm sure the incoming mayor was like, "You guys rocked it out at the flood, so we'll just keep it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it." Yeah. Sounds good. All right, man. And if you need anything, let me know.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Thanks. Have a good night.
You're welcome. Bye.
Brian.
As you can imagine, I, of course, was not paid. So I would ask this board to someone file a motion that be passed unanimously to pay me the outstanding balance, please.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. To do what?
To pay Lone River Solutions its outstanding balance for my work at the February flood of last year. I have not been paid. I came in May, told you we had a secret contract. I came in June, played the nature of that contract to this board. I'm here today to have you all hear this department's promise to pay me in January. It is now July, and I have not been paid.
I think I explained last time, you're bringing to us an unresolved contract dispute, right?
Yes, sir. You invited me back if it wasn't resolved. I'm here at your invitation, sir.
We don't resolve contract disputes at this level. I presume you've presented an appropriate claim with the general counsel's office, and I have to believe that's in process.
Check. I have no indication that it's in process, as we haven't heard anything. So due to the silence of this department, I'd like to make these public comments to make you all aware that I was approached by this department to enter a secret contract, unbeknownst to the public, to coordinate the recovery efforts of the February 17th flood of last year. I was also directed to submit my invoices not through the official payment portal. It is now my opinion that was done in an effort to circumvent transparency and accountability. Is my opinion at this point. My preference would be that this board authorize payment of the outstanding balance of the work I did as requested by this department by email, as directed to submit, which I did, which has not been paid. You've heard for yourself, former Director of Public Affairs, Brian Peckinpah, promising, among many others, I'll be back next month with more audio, that I will be paid in January. That has not happened. This is not a legal question. It is a moral and ethical one. I am currently of the opinion that the gentleman who approached me to enter that contract was corrupt and had no intention to pay me. This board can fix that. In absence of action of this board, that will cause me to form a similar opinion of this board. As you've heard for yourselves, the nature of the contract and the promise to pay.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to would like to refer this matter to our council for review in this matter, as well as to indicate to the gentleman, to inform the gentleman of the status as it relates to any claims that he might have filed, and if he hasn't filed a claim, to inform him of the process associated with that. And that's what I would like to just, no action is required, but I'm just would like to suggest that without objection.
There is no objection, and I concur. You can bring all the tapes you want.
Thank you. I'll be back next month.
Let me finish my sentence.
This man his money. All in favor say aye. Aye.
You can bring all the tapes you want. We are not going to approve a contract dispute at this table. It's going to go through the process. But you're welcome to come back.
I'll see you next month. You can hear more of this secret obscure deal.
Next, Wendell and Marcia Merritt. Is it Mr. and Mrs. Merritt? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Wendell Merritt. Our comment is actually a complaint about work that's being done on Hall Street south of 7 Mile. A lot of construction going on over there. It's been going on since March. It's very dangerous trying to drive down the street, and when you finally find a parking space, if that's where your destination is, you got to get out in a puddle of water. My sister-in-law's vehicle was damaged from trying to back out through one of those puddles of water. And she's been without a vehicle for, a couple of weeks now. So we tried to find out when the work was going to be done and when it would be resolved. We've gotten no answer.
Hello, I'm Marcia Merritt, and my mother is 91 years old, and the puddle is right there in front of her home. And next door neighbor also is an elderly lady in the neighborhood. So this has just been an ongoing problem. They have not done anything about it at this time. And this is at 18595 Hull Street and 1859594 Hull, and also the area on 7 Mile between the Chrysler Freeway and DeQuinder. That whole area, when is that project going to be finished? It's been like that for months now. I'm sure you all know of that area.
They're putting in that new main, Okay. Yeah, I've driven past there, and it's more challenging than ordinary road construction. I agree with you. I don't think it's our project, but we're going to check for sure. I've got your address that I'm not going to read out loud, but it's an East Side street with 2 names. And I think we have your phone number. Yes, we do. So we will check it out and we'll get back to you if you don't mind. Okay, but thank you for coming. Is there anyone else that would like to address the board who's present in the room? Then is there anyone online?
Mr. Chair, there are a few hands raised. The first person is Cecily McClellan. Okay. Ms. McClellan, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. Again, Cecily McClellan, We the People of Detroit. I'd like to thank you all for publishing our letter that we sent last month requesting that shutoffs for residents be published on the dashboard for DWSD dashboard. I think that letter also should have been published during this meeting as well. We are not requesting a FOIA. We're requesting that a dashboard represent the number of persons in the city that have been shut off. This information is crucial in terms of showing, one, the need for a water affordability program, because many of those persons could not afford to pay their water bill. Many of those persons are amongst the 38% based on your success rate that have not completed the Easy Pay program and would benefit from a low income program and be able to pay that low income program. We continue to encourage DWSD support of the state legislation which is House Bill 4555 and House Bill 5170 through 5173. Right now, we are experiencing extreme heat, and also as we experience in the wintertime extreme cold. It is necessary and it is crucially important that people have water. There are people that who qualify for the medical emergency. We have asked that well, this information needs to be readily published. It has the criteria has been published during this meeting, but again, many residents are not aware of the fact that they can have a 28-day hold during a medical issue at least once a year to allow them some type of grace in trying to find some way to pay their current water bill. I have indicated that there is a lull in between when you make arrangements with your customer service person at DWSD and when the actual arrangements are published on the bill. And I think that we also have people that are falling through the cracks in terms of when the actual first payment is due. So those are my comments for today, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan.
Mr. Chair, the next hand that's raised is Gwendolyn Howard. Ms. Howard, you can unmute yourself.
Ms. Howard?
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking my call. Gwen Howard, co-chair of Water Peeps Division of We the People of Detroit. We're going to be repetitious in what we say because we meet and working for the same goal as Ms. McCullum just said. And we're concerned about the shutoffs and how many people are being shut off and the transparency. The data, DWSD to mail us pertinent customer and systems information to homes at a regular basis. That used to come out a long time ago. I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, but it included the data, they included the shutoffs, the new accounts, capital projects, and more. Does that ring a bell? Because it hasn't been out in a while. Or does it still exist? And if so, why is it no longer readily available to our customers or as information? We seeking state support and federal support on our water affordability bills. Like I said, it would be repetitious because we meet towards the same goals as Mama Cecily's. So please support our House Bill 4555, 5170 through 73, Affordable Water Now Bill Package, Representative Emily Devendorf. Our federal support is HR 8254, Water Access and Affordability Act. Congresswoman Dingle and Tlaib are supporting that bill. So we're all fighting for the same goals for clean, safe, and affordable water. And the more support we get behind the bills that are actually out there, then maybe we can get this codified into law that we have a affordability program for our citizens in the state of Michigan and definitely the city of Detroit. Thank you so much for my time.
Thank you very much, Ms. Howard.
Mr. Chair, at this time, there are no other hands that are raised.
All right.
I'm sorry, just as I said that, Norel Hemphill just raised her hand.
Ms. Hemphill.
Good afternoon. My apologies. I thought that my hand was raised. I was in another screen. Good afternoon to the board. My name is Attorney Norel Hemphill. I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Legal and Public Policy Manager at We the People of Detroit. I do want to elevate and echo many of the same sentiments that Ms. McClellan and Ms. Howard mentioned today. The letter, we did send a letter to DWSD asking for more transparency and data reporting. That letter was reported and submitted to the agenda for the the customer service committee, but it is not appearing here in the board agenda from the one I looked at earlier today before the meeting started, and then also from yesterday. So we asked this before, and I just want to see if we could get a final process for communications. How were those recorded? How is it reported? And what is the time frame that we need to submit correspondence to the board or to the committees for it to make to the board meeting. So again, if we could have a formalized process that would help us and speed up communication, as a lot of these questions are coming directly from community members and customers of DWSD. We don't believe that this is a FOIA request, as while it is a request for information, it's information that used to, as Ms. Howard pointed out, be mailed to our homes at regular intervals. I'm not sure if that used to be quarterly or annually. I just know that that data used to appear in our mailboxes. So we know that that data exists because, you know, there is a methodology for reporting and keeping track of shutoffs. If that could be shared online, that would be great. Again, it helps community members know what's going on. It helps us in our advocacy, and we're able to evidence to community members that there's programs and other issues that they're having. And then again, we're advocating for clean, safe, and affordable water for everyone in Detroit, across Michigan, and across the entire United States. We're asking for a couple of things, and the point is to codify the human right to water at every level. But we definitely need an ordinance and policy within DWSD to make sure that everybody has access to running water and sewage. And then, as was mentioned, we have our House bills in the state and federal bills. We know that water is a human right, and no person should be denied access to clean, safe, and affordable water. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, the next hand that's raised is Beulah Walker. Ms. Walker, you can unmute yourself.
Hello,
Hello.
good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? Okay,
Yes.
well, thank you. Hello, everybody. It's hot out here. I'm a construction worker, and I'm telling you, it's hot. So my question is for our lovely Board of Water Commissioners and Sam Small and Brown and the Mayor's office. How long we gonna hold on to the moratorium on water shutoffs? This is unbearable. I'm privileged to do that. I do have running water in my house, but my life goal is to advocate for those that do not have running water. And these 3-digit temperatures ain't holding up no time soon. So I'll wait for the meeting and listen. But that's Hydrate Detroit's concern. It's about these swelling temperatures. Thank you all. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, just a side comment that I believe that Ms. Hemphill and her comments just earlier had mentioned that the letter that we, the people of Detroit, submitted to DWSD did not make it into the customer service committee. It was on the agenda and it was submitted into public record and was received and filed.
Thank you.
The next hand, Mr. Chair, that's raised is Miko Williams. Mr. Williams, you can unmute yourself.
Mr. Williams?
Yes, hello, good morning. Can I be heard, please?
Yes, you have the floor.
Happy birthday, Chairman Eisenhower. I hope you enjoyed your special day. I'm going to ask you
I
again,
could have
sir.
skipped it.
Well, it's always a
Thank
year
you.
to turn wiser, sir. I want to ask a question of you once again, Chairman Eisenhower. When are we going to come out into the community, come out of that stuffy room that you're in and get back in the community? We need a water tour because people have been wanting to see you. They want to see the board and they want to address their concerns and they need help. Okay, we need to start planning. I've been asking for this for months and I have not gotten a response. I don't know why. That's the first thing on my agenda. Second thing is I am very disappointed that the governor vetoed the 9 bills that includes water affordability. I don't understand what we, the people of Detroit, are talking about when it comes to these legislations, because we are log jam in Lansing. We have nothing coming out, and no one's. I've talked to Stephanie Chang. I tried to call Emily Diffendorf to get down here to explain their bills to the public. They have not done so. I've had a conversation as recently as last month with Stephanie Chang about my concerns about her water bill, and that needs to happen and what needs to occur so that we can get it back in the queue of Lansing right now. The water shutoffs need to stop immediately. I am demanding a moratorium of the summer, the whole entire summer, to stop. The Easy Pay program is not working. I have tried to work with Matthew Phillips, and I demand a meeting. I demand a meeting because we are having problems with the Easy Pay. How are you sticking people with the water bill of someone else or a property that has not been cleared by the Water and Sewage Department? That's number one of concerns. Second concern is that you're putting in new meters and causing $1,000 water bill hell, trying to collect off the old meter that is not collectible. The third problem with the Easy Pay is that you're not telling people the terms and agreements, and the customer service has been talking rude to some of our consumers, and that is not ever supposed to happen, including one man telling a woman, "Computer don't have feelings," when she was trying to appeal for her water not to be shut off because she had children in the home. And the story of Roderick Wright, that man called me a few weeks ago and I gave him proper quality advice. And you trying to shut off him and his mother, his elderly mother? I am very upset and vehemently opposed to this. Fix that man's bill immediately and drop it down to zero. He needs water amnesty. Thank you for taking my comments. This is a ridiculous.
Thank you very much, Mr. Williams. And largely because of your advocacy, our September meeting will be in the community.
Mr. Chair, I hope he heard you. I think he may have hung up. He can't speak, but I think that he was able to hear you loud and clear. I just want to make a comment about the water shutoffs that are going on in these temperatures. And I can assure the board that they are not going on. We have ceased with any shutoffs. As you know, the mayor has put out an executive order, not that we needed one, but we're certainly happy that she publicly put out an executive order that basically says no water shutoffs when the temperatures are 2 consecutive days of 90 degrees and or 95-degree index. And so we're in that mode right now, and we are not doing any shutoffs, and we will not commence with shutoffs until the weather subsides. I can assure you of that. We are as concerned about Detroiters having water in these temperatures, and we are most concerned about our employees who are working out in 100-degree temperatures. Sam and I got a call yesterday from United Methodist Church on Woodward near 375, and they had a water main break and that's a feeding center. And we have very limited staff on the street. We pulled all of our staff, the majority of our staff, except emergencies, off the street and did town hall training with them because the temperatures were just unbearable to do normal work. So we're only doing the very emergencies that have people out of water right now. And we're going to be doing a press conference tomorrow about this and other matters with the mayor. And I just want to assure everybody that we're cognizant of the temperatures. We're concerned about our employees as we are citizens of Detroit. And I'm asking people to be patient. Be patient because it may take longer to get to a water main break. But if the water main break is not causing anyone to be out of water, it's just running into the street and into a drain, then that's not going to be the exigent circumstances where we'll put our people in those temperatures. We'll put them out there early in the morning or in the evening when the temperatures moderate somewhat, but we're not going to put them out there with the temperatures as they are right now. So I just wanted to make that clear.
Thank you very much. I believe there is nobody else who has requested to address the board, so we will close public comment. We'll move on to item 6, communication. There is none. Item 7, are there any items from the commissioners? Commissioner Blackman.
I just wanted to commend the department on another incident that was very harmful to a lot of our citizens and certainly a lot of seniors when their water service, when they flooded, the apartment building that they live in flooded. And I want to commend Sam Smalley and his team for everything they did. It was not a water department issue, but they did everything they could to help the customer find a contractor who could take care of the problem because of the number of seniors there. And if you, I hate to say this, but they could not flush the toilets. And that is a very dangerous situation for people to be in. They were using bottled water. If you couldn't get the bottled water, there you were. But Sam and his team did everything he could to help them find someone who could give them a quote on how to get the problem corrected. So I want to commend them for that. Additionally, I have an item I want to express to the board from our board secretary, her appreciation for acknowledging the passing of her sister. She wanted to let us know how much she appreciated the floral tribute that we sent. And she was very grateful for that. So I have a card here. I won't read the card, but well, maybe I will. An extra special thank you. A simple act of thoughtfulness can brighten many days. That's why the kindness you have shown deserves a word of praise. So here's a very special thanks to warmly let you know your thoughtfulness means so much more than any words could show. Thank you, Marion and the Karen Leslie King family. I was able to attend on behalf of the board and express the board's condolences. So I was glad to be able to do that. It was a very uplifting service because she had a very, very full, fruitful life. So thank you for that.
Anything else, Commissioner Blackman?
Me, sir.
Commissioners, any items from other commissioners? We move on to unfinished business, and there never is any. Next, the approval of the consent agenda. These are items 9A through B. As you all know, the consent agenda consists of a number of items, mostly contract approvals, that have been reviewed very thoroughly by the finance department. And they come to us with the recommendation, finance department, the finance committee, and they come to us with the recommendation for approval from the finance committee. Unanimous consent agenda is exactly that. Are there any items on this motion that any commissioner would like to see removed and considered separately?
Approval.
All right, it's been, I think the answer to my first question is no. And next, Commissioner Kinlock moves we approve. Is there support? Supported. Any discussion on any of the items that are before us? All right, hearing none, all those in favor of the approval of the consent agenda, please say aye. Any opposed? And that is adopted unanimously. Next, we move to the director's report. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Business. Item A, 2026-162. Ladies and gentlemen, what's your pleasure? Commissioner Blackman.
Chair, I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department approves the issuance of an easement encroachment permit for MHT Housing, Inc., Sanctuary Brewster Limited Dividend Housing Associations, LLC, Brewster Wheeler 3 Limited Dividend Housing Associations, LLC, and Brewster Wheeler 2 Limited Division Housing Association, LLC, and authorizes the director to take such action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this permit.
Is there support? All right. Mr. Demers. Am I pronouncing it right? Demers.
Yes, Demers, as in his and hers, Demers. But I'm not picky about it. No substantial comments to the board. This is a standard encroachment permit that involves utility upgrades that are being made by DTE. Nothing particularly controversial or interesting.
All right. Questions? Mr. Brown, anything? All right. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? And that is adopted. Next is item B, 2026-163. Commissioners.
Mr. Chair. Yes, I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department approve the issuance of an easement encroachment permit for the City of Sterling Heights and authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to effectuate the permit.
Is there support? Mr. Demers.
Same, nothing particularly controversial here. This is from the City of Sterling Heights. They are installing a shared use path near Dobry Road. And our engineers, as well as the engineers at Clio, have reviewed this and confirmed there's no concerns.
Okay. Commissioners, questions, comments? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? And that's adopted unanimously.
Einhauser, if I could just ask a clarifying question. It's been the practice of DWSD to bring these permits to the board just for transparency and clarity, but there are no legal interests in land given, and it's not strictly required by any of the board's policies or rules. And so I just wanted to confirm with this board whether you'd like to continue to see these permits come through or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next item C, 2026-164. Yes.
The Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department authorizes the director to approve DWSD contract 6008011 for project DWSD, the major contracting group for sewer improvements in Hubbard Farms and North Corktown for a total contract amount not to exceed $8,510,000 in a term of 2 years. These also authorizes the director to take such other action that may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
All right. It's been moved by Commissioner Fagate and supported. Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. The contract is for sewer repair work in the Southwest Detroit neighborhood, 2 Southwest Detroit neighborhoods. This work consists of sewer repairs, replacements, pipelining, pipe bursting, as well as installation of new manholes. Rehabilitation services are needed for us to repair damaged and/or collapsed sewers to avoid reoccurring flooding while maintaining sewer flows within the wastewater system. This contract is being funded by the State of Michigan Eagle State Revolving Funds, and bids were published for 49 days. We did receive 2 bid responses, and Major Contracting Group was the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. They are a Detroit headquartered and Detroit-based business, and at this time, procurement is recommended to the full board for approval. The timeliness of this being a walk-on is because it's SRF funded, and so we have to have a response back to the state of Michigan in order for us not to lose the funds.
Questions or comments? Say aye. Any opposed? And that is adopted unanimously. And then we have, excuse me, item D, 2026-165. Commissioners.
Mr. Chair, yes, having received very detailed information associated with this recommended settlement agreement. I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewerage Department approves the settlement agreement for the matter of independent management services versus City of Detroit Third Circuit of Michigan, case number 26-006117 CK, and also authorize the director to take such other action that may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
Right, it's been moved and supported. Questions or comments?
Chair, just to provide the public with a brief overview of what this matter is about, I know the board has received a confidential attorney-client privilege memorandum on this. I have Deputy General Counsel Nakia Branch Penson behind me, who will give a brief overview of this matter.
Okay. Yes, we've been thoroughly briefed, my sense, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, as class action suits go, this one's kind of cheap.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Nakia Branch Penson, Deputy General Counsel. This is a matter of independent management services and Petersboro Partners, GP LLC versus City of Detroit. The named plaintiffs are actually class representatives. They have filed a lawsuit against the City of Detroit alleging improper IWC charges. We have entered into early negotiations with the plaintiff, and what was presented to you is the proposed settlement agreement.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions or comments? All right, hearing none then, all those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? And that is adopted unanimously. Now we move to the director's report. Mr. Director?
I'm going to let Deputy Director Smalley give the message here. I just wanted to make one quick comment about Easy Pay and what's been going on the last couple of weeks, because we haven't sent out any shut-off notices. When we send these notices out on a normal week, we get 550 homes, residents, that enter into Easy Pay. 550, meaning they put $10 down and they get into a payment plan. And as you know, we've had close to 5,000 of our customers pay off their bills through that. Since we're in this moratorium and we're not sending those notices out, last week that number dropped to about 215, the lowest number of people entering into Easy Pay since its inception. As of today, this week, we've only had 83, and we should be around 300. So I say that to say, even when the notices go out, just the consequence, you have 10 days to get into a plan. And then once you get into the plan, we also get a chance to examine your bill and make sure that it's accurate, that there aren't a lot of irregularities. And so I'm not saying this to say we should continue the shutoffs. That while we're in this weather that we're in, we will not do it. We will find a way to make up, the lost revenue. But I just want you to be aware there's consequences for this that are not good for our customers and not good for the organization together. 550 a week, that's more than 2,000 a month that are getting into a $10 program, and they're protected from being shut off. That's not happening while we're not sending those notices out because of the weather. So,
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Blackman.
And what that statement goes out to the customer when we're trying to get them to pay.
The statement, there are like 3 letters that go out, and then the last letter that goes out is a warning that if you don't enter into a payment plan in 10 days, you could be subjected to a service interruption. And what I'm saying is the majority of people take advantage of this very generous program that's being modeled around the country. So I know we're looking for all the data that we want published to be transparent about Who's being shut off? I'm saying the majority, the vast majority of our customers, once a consequence is in front of them, contact us and give us a chance to find additional services that we can provide to them, including making sure that they will not be shut off. And so,
What's to prevent us from continuing to send that notice out? We're not saying we're shutting you off. We're saying we're giving you an opportunity. So what keeps us from sending that notice out?
I'm just a firm believer that if you say you're going to do something, you need to do it, or no one will.
But you cut them off. You said you're giving them an opportunity.
They have 10 days to contact us and to get into a program before. And sometimes it's when the truck shows up that the person there is putting them in touch with customer service and getting them into the program. We want to avoid a service interruption at all costs. And we want to get you into a program because we do have help there. Granted, I wish it were more, but it's what we have available. Thank you. Smalley.
Well, and I have a comment, and this is a dilemma that comes with the territory here. There are a lot of people who can afford to pay, but they won't pay if there isn't a consequence. So our dilemma, which I think we're meeting, is how do we identify, recognize, and provide services and opportunities for people who legitimately can't afford to pay? But if we were to just issue a moratorium, I mean, we've issued a moratorium for as long as it's 90 degrees, and that drop off proves what I just said. People, and I don't know if any of us would act differently, maybe. If there's not a consequence, when I was a student and I didn't have much money, I used to divide my bills. I said, all right, who can do something about it and who can't? And so DTE, they can shut me off. Credit cards, well, they're just going to add more interest to my account. And that's the way people behave. All right, Mr. Smalley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. June was National Safety Month. The DWSD safety team hosted a number of events for our employees, including hot dog lunches at the new CSF parking lot. There were goodies given out such as cooling towels, gloves, lip balms, water bottles, all of this to reinforce that safety is the most important thing we do here. We want everyone to go home the same way they came here this morning. And as Director Brown said, with this extreme heat, we are also mindful of our employees. We had a indoor air-conditioned town hall training marathon yesterday with a lot of our field personnel. We're focusing on only those water main breaks that are resulting in no waters. Those are prioritized so that we can provide water to those customers. For our employees that do have to work in the heat, we provide popsicles, electrolytes, water additive. We encourage them and require them to take breaks at intervals in the air-conditioned cabs of our vehicles. So hopefully this hot weather will break soon and we'll be able to get back to business as normal. I will also add that we have a press conference tomorrow on the alley sewer repair. This is a $184 million investment in private issues, mainly the private connection to the public sewer main. We hope to be able to address 9,000 to 10,000 of these defects that are causing sinkholes in the alleys in every council district. This isn't just a Detroit issue, it's an inner ring Wayne County issue. And we're finally making some headway to helping 9,000 to 10,000 of our customers in every council district get some relief, because with a bad connection, you have almost zero chance of not having water in basement. So we're very much looking forward to that press conference and kicking that work off. We anticipate starting construction in September. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Commissioner Garcia.
wonderful to all of you to do that. I want to know who made the hot dogs, who cooked out there in that heat? You guys did? Oh, I need to do your all of you. That is so good.
Bought the hot dogs, so. that was-
Sure that all the employees appreciated that. You know, that little extra always helps. So thank you so much.
Anything else, Mr. Director? Okay. Are there any comments to be made by any of commissioners?
Out of order, sorry.
I beg your pardon?
I made mine out of order.
This board has never been bashful about saying what's on their mind at the time they say it, which means we could probably eliminate this category, but we'll keep it on. Are any other commissioners, any comments? Well, I have none either. Are there any matters to come before the board? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn is in order. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, and we stand adjourned.